These are some of the most underrated Korean moisturizers I've ever come across in, I want to say, the last 5 years. Let's get right into it. Hi, hello, 안녕, Ray입니다. 반갑습니다. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Ray, and if you don't know who I am, that's okay because you can find out more about me here on all social media platforms. My skin type is oily, sensitive, reactive, dehydrated, and sometimes, depending on the season, it can also be combination. On this channel, I review skincare products so that you can shop with confidence. Everything I say in this video comes from my own personal experiences, and with that being said, let's go. 우리 가자. First up, we have the Kim Jong-moon Aloe Cure Essential Cream. I'm not really sure if Kim Jong-moon is the brand or Kim Jong-moon Aloe because in Korean the packaging says like Kim Jong-moon Aloe. So I kind of took that as if that's the brand name because the entire packaging doesn't really say anything. It just says like Cure Essential Cream, and then you have to like look at the back of the tube and then you'll see that it says Kim Jong-moon Aloe in Korean only, not in English, just in Korean. So very interesting product. Really like it so far. It's a very nourishing kind of cream. It looks like one of those aqua gel creams when it comes out of the tube, but then it's actually not translucent. Like it looks translucent oddly enough when it comes out of the tube, but when you put it on your skin, it is really emollient. It's very creamy, very thick, but it's not like a paste or a balm kind of texture. It's still very much a cream, but it's on like the thicker side of creams. It does have a very herbally smell, but I kind of like it. I know some of you guys don't like herbally scents. I feel like this one isn't as pungent as some of the other herbal scents because I know some people don't like herbal medicine. I personally love herbal medicine and I like the smell of like rich herbs and stuff like that. So for me, it's fine, but some of you might find this to be a little bit too strong of a smell. This cream is actually really good for barrier protection. I notice that every time I have any kind of, whether it's like outbreaks, that's not the right word, breakouts is the right word. Whenever I have a breakout or if I feel like my skin is just no longer retaining any kind of moisture in my skin, this cream does the job well. It seals everything overnight. It's great as a daytime moisturizer, but I would say if you're going to use this during the daytime, don't use a lot of it. A little goes a long way. And with that being said, it's actually a really good summer moisturizer. At first I was like, ooh, this cream is a little bit thick. I don't know if I can use this during the summer, but so far so good. I really like it. It's very breathable. It's very light on your skin once it sets into your skin. As you're applying it, you will feel that thickness, but once it sets, you'll be totally fine. Whenever I use this before bedtime, I wake up with like this really nice glow on my skin. I really like how my skin feels after using this moisturizer, but it does give you that really dewy glow. So if you're looking for a moisturizer that is like matte or just like no shine at all, this is not the cream for you. But if you're someone who is like dehydrated, really dry, and you want to restore that kind of like moisturized glow to your skin, try this moisturizer. I would also say this one is pretty good for combination skin types. I'm oily skin type and I feel like this is a great moisturizer for dry skin types, so I would say anyone in the middle of the spectrum would find this moisturizer to be really good as well. Quick sidebar, if you hear this really strong background noise, it's because of the AC. It is so hot in this room today. New York City is melting. It's no longer a melting pot because the pot is melting too. Just want to let you guys know because if you hear anything in the background, it's really just my AC like doing its thing to keep me not dead. Next up, we have the Noska 9 Trouble Cream for sensitive skin by one of my favorite brands in Korea right now. The brand is Fation. You guys have heard me talk about Fation on this channel before, specifically their toner pads. You guys know how much I love their toner pads. It is the juiciest, chunkiest, most decadent kind of toner pad I've ever used in my life. And yes, I used the word decadent to describe a toner pad. Not that I would eat it, but it is so juicy. That juicy toner pad. Anyways, back to this moisturizer. The brand actually sent me this moisturizer and I was testing it out, I think right before summer started, and I really like it. It's more of a post-acne treatment kind of cream. So if you have acne at the moment, you are, developing some kind of acne, this might not work for you. This is more of a moisturizer and cream that a lot of Koreans use in Korea to help treat their skin after any kind of like post-acne hyperpigmentation. And that's where the Noska comes from. It's like a Korean shortened version of like no scarring, so like no scar. It does come in a 45 milliliter tube, so it's not exactly the most giving kind of moisturizer in terms of volume, and it is pretty pricey. So I would say if this is something that's out of your budget, then this is not a moisturizer you need. There are definitely a lot more moisturizers out there that can do what this moisturizer does. I just think that this one kind of is effective in the way where it's like, okay, if I really need to make sure that my skin is like cleared up and scarless, right, from acne or from just me picking at my skin, this one is something I will go for. But I feel like if there's a month where my budget is not that great anymore, I would probably just skip on this moisturizer, but it's still a really good moisturizer nonetheless. But again, when I say moisturizer, I'm really saying it's a moisturizer that is a spot treatment. You don't apply this all over your face, you apply it on areas of your face that you need the moisturizer to work. If you're afraid of like smells in your skincare, this one has no scent, no smell whatsoever. Ultimately, I think this is a great moisturizer for anyone who has textured skin, dry patches, troubled skin, almost like uneven skin tone because of all the different pigmentations going around your face. And whenever I use this moisturizer, I never had any kind of irritation or sensitivity. I've been doing this for 5 years and I can't say that one word. But this is a moisturizer that is designed for sensitive skin, so if you're a sensitive skin type, I would say this is a safe bet. I don't think you're gonna get any kind of irritations or breakouts from it. By the time I'm making this video, this brand actually rebranded. They changed their brand name. They also changed this product's name, so I have to make sure that I get the product's name right. So back then it used to be called Reju-All. Now it's called Dr. Reju-All because the brand CEO told me that they needed to change the name because it's so similar to like Reju-All, which is like the most expensive PDRN treatment you can get in Korea. They also have like a skincare line with that whole treatment process and system. But because Reju-All came out, I would say like recently, they were afraid of just kind of like being mixed up with Reju-All, and so they called themselves Reju-All. But then when they made themselves more prominent in the US through Song of Skin, a lot of people, a lot of consumers were kind of confused. They were like, isn't Reju-All the same as Reju-All? And so the brand was like, no, we're not, like we're so different, this is Reju-All. And so because the brand thought that maybe a lot of Westerners like us, we don't really know how to pronounce their name, like Reju-All, that's how you pronounce it, they changed the brand name to Reju-All. So it's like phonetically you can see it says Reju-All. The all is really meant for like all skin types. All users can use this moisturizer with no irritation, no side effects, nothing. So the product itself is called Advanced PDRN Repair Cream. Now it's called the Advanced PDRN Rejuvenating Cream, I believe. Yes, it's another R term. Rejuvenating is the word. So this is a really fun backstory. I met the CEO at the Song of Skin pop-up event, and during that time I had only learned about Reju-All over social media from like one Korean skincare creator. And when I saw the brand, I was like, that brand rings a bell. I don't know much about the brand, so I kind of like went up to the CEO. Didn't know he was the CEO, but at the time he introduced himself to me as the CEO, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then he was explaining to me in terms of why Reju-All uses 1200 ppm of PDRN instead of like the higher percentage that some brands are pushing out or lower percentage that other brands are pushing out as well. He told me that 1200 ppm is like the sweet spot. It's like the perfect percentage for skin absorption, because if you have too much of PDRN, your skin actually isn't gonna absorb all of it. You're gonna have a lot of PDRN molecules that just sit on top of your skin that doesn't get absorbed. But if you have too little of PDRN, not enough of it goes into your skin barrier. And the CEO did tell me that they use salmon-derived DNA. So if you're vegan, this is not a moisturizer for you. This is not a product for you because it is going to come from salmon DNA. Oh my gosh, so much. I just looked at their Instagram right now and they made another update, and this is why I love K-Beauty, but also why I don't like K-Beauty sometimes. The change of brands and products and product names and everything happens so quickly. Like I can make a video today and the product can change tomorrow, and then I'll have to be like either scrap this video or just, I don't know. Everything is moving so fast. So it used to have a very light floral fragrance. The one that I have currently has that floral fragrance, but I just found out on their Instagram that they removed their fragrance completely, which yay, I love that. And they also made sure to let people know that after removing the floral fragrance, you're still gonna smell something in the moisturizer, but it's not gonna be like something that is added fragrance or anything. You'll still smell like the natural PDRN scent. I don't know what that smells like, honestly. To me, I think it's a little bit salty of a smell, if that makes any sense, but I don't think it's gonna be any issue if you happen to pick up the new version. The formulation is still the same, they just removed the fragrance. treatments. Now, my problem with this moisturizer, as much as I love it, and I don't know why they didn't make this change, because I feel like this is like their biggest problem, and it is that it comes in 20 milliliters. An average eye cream comes at 30 milliliters these days, and if you're telling me your full size product is 20 milliliters, we got a problem here. And I also want you guys to guess, just pause this video, type in the comments how much you think one tube of this PDRN cream costs. I'll give you some time to think about it and then write it down in the comments right now. Just guess. No, that number? Yeah, no. Bump it up a little bit. Yeah, it's $45 for a 20 milliliter tube. It's really expensive. What I love about PDRN products is that it's such a hydrating, moisturizing ingredient, but it never really leaves your skin with a very sticky finish. Of course, if you're oily skin type and you're using PDRN, chances are your skin still might feel sticky, but it's not because of the PDRN product, it's because of our natural oils seeping through the PDRN. That's what makes your skin sticky. Whenever I see someone with like a dry skin type and they're using PDRN and they're demonstrating with like that napkin tissue test thing where it doesn't stick to your skin, it doesn't work for dry skin types like us, because if I use a PDRN product and I put a napkin or a tissue on my face, it's gonna be still stuck on my face because I naturally produce oils. So I feel like that test doesn't really work, or it's not a test that you should use to determine if a PDRN product is sticky or not, because it really depends on who that person is. Anyways, moving on, this is a really breathable moisturizer. It is so lightweight. My friend also tried this product when she went to the Song of Skin pop-up with me, and she was like, this moisturizer is so lightweight, but it doesn't feel like my skin is sapped of moisture. It still feels like my skin is still my skin, but plumper, and she just loves it. Personally, I feel like if I'm rich enough, if I make 6 figures, okay, I will use this as a moisturizer, like a full face moisturizer. But because I'm not making 6 figures, I use this as a spot treatment. So I place this moisturizer in this area, in my neckline, and also over here, because this is where I squint a lot, so you see like the train tracks over here. For me, that's where I put the moisturizer, and oh my god, it's so expensive, but it's so nice. I would say if you're someone who wants like plumper skin in a very short period of time, like you just need to get like this hydration injection into your skin, this moisturizer will do that for you, but you have to be very consistent. You have to use it every single night. You can't just be like, oh, I used it for 2 days and then I stopped and then I picked it up like 10 days later. Like, that's not how it's gonna work, honey, okay? So the next product I actually have here on my desk, because this is where I keep it. This is the Nutseline Super Nut Nourishing Balm. Ignore the title / name of this product. Yeah, it's called a Super Nut Nourishing Balm. We're mature adults here, so let's move on. This is a brand that I feel like has been really trying to make it big in the global market, and guess what? I think they should. Right now, I just checked on Amazon, and I don't think we should be shopping on Amazon because I personally am trying to break away from Amazon. Like, I'm trying to do no buy from Amazon, like cold turkey, but it's really hard. But I'm trying. I'm really trying. But I saw this on Amazon for like $10, and I was like, oh my god, that's like 50% off. If there's anything you should get on Amazon, I think this one. There are 2 types, okay? There are 2 versions of this one, and there's also the Cica one. I like this one more because I'm such like a dehydrated kind of guy. This one is really good for dehydration, so I like using this on my lips and also on like my easily, you know, wrinkly areas. I should actually rehydrate my lips and re-moisturize my lips, I should say. It's been a long day of filming because I filmed another video today. This is my second video that I'm filming today because this one doesn't require me to like do a lot more. Like, this is like a listicle for me, basically. Like, I'm just kind of sharing with like underrated products with you. But my other video that I shot today required a lot more energy and like talking. Personally, I feel like you might be hearing a lot more about this brand very soon. I think this packaging is very cute. It's kind of like a jab at Vaseline. Like, they're saying like, Vaseline, you guys better step up your game because I'm coming for you. So I'm here for it. I'm here for like the Western brand slander. But I also feel like they might launch this kind of product in a tube version very soon for like convenience purposes. As much as I love this kind of like tub, I just, you know, you just watch me like kind of like finger the product on camera, which I don't like doing because it's like annoying because I get it on my hands and everything. So I currently have 2 of these balms, this one and also the Cica one, but there is a 3rd one and I forgot what that one is called, but there are 3 so far. 4 if you include the one that's also available in Korea that never made it to the US. Like I said, you can use this on your lips, lips. You can use this on your face, the entire face if you wanted to. But I feel like if your skin is acne prone, maybe don't do this because I feel like this could cause you and your skin to clog up a little bit more. Not recommend doing this all over your face. I would just do this as like a spot treatment as well. Definitely for your lips because this one just softens my lips so much. And for the longest time, I have always had trouble with like my lips. The only products that really work on my lips in terms of like keeping it moist throughout the night is this one by a J-Beauty brand called Deepener, but it's by Omi. This one I really like, but in terms of K-Beauty, this is like the only other product that I noticed really worked for my skin in terms of just keeping everything locked in, moisturized, nourished. The product itself, it has a really balmy texture. I mean, it is a balm, right? But it's also so buttery that once it melts on your skin, I want to do another layer. Once it melts on your skin, in this case my lips, it just feels so, it feels so nice. I love this so much. When I first opened this, it had a really strong like coconut smell, but these days when it's been like sitting on my nightstand and also on my desk a couple of times, I don't really smell the coconut anymore. It just kind of faded away. Basically, this is like a Vaseline, but I think it's just better than a Vaseline. I think Vaseline just... I've kind of grown out of Vaseline. I feel like Vaseline did its thing and then my skin was like, okay, now I need more, and this is like the more that my skin needs now. The next product is the Red Lacto Collagen Mask by Medi-Peel. We all know about the Medicube Collagen Wrap Mask. We all know about like the Biodance Collagen Mask, which I don't like. That one's like way too thick for my skin. The Medicube one I do like. I've also tried the Medi-Peel Lacto Collagen Mask, and I actually tried it before the Medicube one came out. I think even before Biodance. And this one I actually like a lot more than all the other collagen masks that there are in the market right now because it goes on your skin as like a white gel, and because of that you can see where you're applying it, and then once it sets and kind of like dries down, it becomes almost like this transparent film on your face, which is kind of like what the point is for collagen masks. If you feel like the Medicube collagen mask is way too thin for your skin, meaning that it doesn't really do much for your skin, try this one. The Medi-Peel Red Lacto Collagen Mask is a lot thicker and you're able to apply more generously because I believe a little goes a long way. Like this one is very spreadable. The Medicube one, I feel like it just spreads very thinly and very quickly, and then it dries very quickly, so then you don't really have time to really maneuver it. But this one, it's a lot more workable. I feel like if you're someone who's never used collagen masks before, this one could be a really good option for you. And because this one is a lot thicker than the Medicube version of this product type, it's also easier to peel off. So if you're always struggling with the Medicube one where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start, this one actually is a lot easier for you to find like the starting point of where you start to peel. I really like this moisturizer slash collagen mask for this very reason. And because this collagen mask also has lactobacillus, which is like a fermented ingredient, I believe there's also AHA involved because somewhere I read about this product, it says that there's like a chemical exfoliating property to it. I personally don't really feel that. Maybe I feel like it can help you remove some of the dead skin on your skin surface, but that's kind of it. I don't think it's like as strong as like a BHA or something that really helps you exfoliate your skin. The collagen itself, I think we all know by now, it doesn't really do much. It doesn't really give your skin more collagen. It's just really there to sit on your skin so it can harden, because the nature of collagen is that in room temperature it starts to harden. And what we end up getting is that film layer that's very satisfying when we peel it. So for someone who's like, I want to use collagen masks for that reason, yeah, go for this one. Oh, and also the last thing is that if you have oily skin like me, chances are if you use those Biodance collagen masks, your skin will get a lot of breakouts because our pores are so much bigger, and any kind of like thick collagen mask will clog our pores. So the Medicube one and the Medi-Peel one, this one will not clog our pores because it is much thinner than those thick collagen masks. All right, so this is the last product of today. This is the Benton Guava Moisture Soothing Cream. I really enjoy using this moisturizer, and I don't say this a lot for Benton's products, but lately they've been really kind of getting on my good side because I like a lot of their moisturizers, specifically their moisturizer. Their ceramide moisturizer, which I believe I talked about in either episode 1 or 2 of Underrated Skincare, that moisturizer is so amazing. This one, the Guava Moisture Soothing Cream, I love this moisturizer so much. It has a super lightweight formula which really resonates with my skin type. My oily skin does not like anything that is super heavy, so if a moisturizer has a very lightweight formula, I am a happy camper. But I also think that if you have oily skin due to dehydration, this one is an even better option for you. It's close to being an aqua gel cream, but it's not like those transparent gel creams that just sits on your skin and doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't leave you with a heavy feeling after application, but it does give you that satisfying plumpness right after applying the moisturizer. It contains the guava leaf extract to help loosen dead skin cells as well. So in this case, it does have a gentle exfoliating effect. It's very hydrating and very moisturizing because of the formulation with panthenol, and we all know how much we love panthenol on this channel. I personally love panthenol. Give me more of that vitamin B5. Overall, this is a very calming product. It contains azulene and allantoin, and in case you didn't know, I do prefer azulene over Centella asiatica. This moisturizer really helps repair that skin barrier. Again, this moisturizer just has all the right tools you need for skin barrier repair. So good. And that is all for this video. I hope you were able to discover some brands or products that you've never tried or heard of before. Are there any other brands or products that you feel like are very underrated right now in K-beauty? Let me know in the comments. I'll leave all the product links in the down bar below for you guys to check out in case you guys are interested. Please help this channel grow by subscribing and sharing this video with your friends and family. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time, but until then, be safe, stay hydrated, and most importantly, be gentle with yourself. I mean it. 안녕. Come back for more. 주세요, 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 주세요.